We are live. Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Can from TubeBuddy, joined with.
Rob Balasabas.
Now, please let us know if you're
Sorry,
having any issue hearing us. It should be fine, but always wanting to make sure the stream is going well.
I know. Well done with troubleshooting, Andrew. That was pretty magical what you did there, troubleshooting everything. But hey, everyone, how's everyone doing today? So many people on the live. Andrew, really excited for this, man.
I am too. Renee said, Rob, did you forget your name? No one is complaining about audio problems, so I think we are good to start.
Awesome. All right, let's jump in. Yeah, you want to kick things off?
Sure, so you now will get to see our very fun presentation. So, as you guys can see, this is a dual stream today brought to you by Thinkific and TubeBuddy, right, Rob?
Yeah, exactly. So we are super excited. I'm hoping that you guys have all registered for the Make YouTube Your Business Summit that we've been running with TubeBuddy. Really awesome partnership that we have here. And if you haven't yet, there's a bunch of awesome speakers that have shared a ton of, just like really useful practical tips on how they're building their businesses using YouTube. So there's lots of content out there on how to grow your channel and stuff like that. But really, we wanted to focus on how you turn your channel into really a business and use that to grow your business. So we'll go over some of the key takeaways today. And then we're going to have, actually, maybe Andrew, if you want to share the screen there. Yeah, you've got it up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You want to start off? We're going to go through a few things. First, who we are. Who is Andrew? Who is Rob? There's two different audiences here that are coming through. It's the folks from Thinkific and also folks from TubeBuddy. So we want to introduce who are these two guys here that you're listening to. And then Andrew, go ahead.
So I am Andrew Can. I am the head videographer and also the person that does all the SEO and optimization for the main TubeBuddy YouTube channel and all of our large partners. So I also had a speaking part in the presentation end of the overall collaboration we did. But Rob, you are part of the mastermind team from Thinkific that put it all together. So why don't you explain a little bit to those in the TubeBuddy audience?
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Rob Balasabas. I'm the social media and community manager at Thinkific. So I handle all of the daily curation of all our social content that goes out on all our different social channels on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Also a course creator myself. So I've created courses around LinkedIn and video marketing. I love creating videos. I do that as part of my job here at Thinkific, learning from the people at TubeBuddy and all the other speakers here and how to do that well. I speak at different events representing Thinkific and talking about online courses and marketing, and really just enjoy getting to know all the course creators out there, people that are using our platform. So that's me in a nutshell.
So I do hear the audience says I have crazy echo. So I hopefully this is good now. If the audience can be so patient, and if you're watching this in the replay, don't worry. Audio issues aside, we have a lot of value to bring to you. People are saying better gone. I did nothing different, but live streams, folks. But
well done.
the next thing on the presentation is what is TubeBuddy? And I think I can handle that one pretty easily if you don't mind, Rob.
Yeah, that's all you. Yeah.
So TubeBuddy is a online browser extension and mobile app that makes doing anything on YouTube incredibly easy. So when it comes to using TubeBuddy, we want to help you using our free tool sets to help you grow and optimize your YouTube channel. So Rob, the question really is now, what is Thinkific?
Yeah, it's a good question. So anybody that's just new and you're just coming across Thinkific for the first time, if you're from the TubeBuddy world and just heard about Thinkific through the summit, Thinkific is an online course platform. So we work with a lot of solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, content creators, as well as larger brands and enterprises to help them build online courses, online training programs, and also membership sites. So we are sort of the one-stop shop to house all of your online learning content, quizzes, videos, PDFs, all those things all in one place. We can connect you with all of your different payment portals and gateways, as well as email marketing tools and all those things. So we have a ton of integrations. And so, the creators that are on YouTube is one of the growing sort of segments of our user base. YouTubers have amazing content, and your audiences want to learn more from you and consume more of your content. And so a lot of YouTubers are gravitating to our platform because they can really build another revenue channel using their content and also serving their audiences with those training programs. So that is Thinkific in a nutshell.
Well, I think that's very useful. And I love how our tools on both sides are coming together for this presentation. And I think that's some of the beauty and the power of not only YouTube, but the online space,
Yeah, exactly. So that's really why we're super excited about this. And so, like I said, if all the speakers, they are all amazing YouTubers, content creators. They are both TubeBuddy and Thinkific users as well. So it's really good to kind of see the two worlds and how they've combined the two platforms to really make a really awesome business around it for themselves. So excited to dive into some of the key takeaways for everybody.
Absolutely. So next on our agenda is to meet our speakers. I actually see some of them here in the live chat. So that's actually always really cool to see. So we're going to be talking about those takeaways, but next we have our contest winners, which I'm actually super excited because throughout this presentation, we're going to show you our speakers, but we're also doing a giveaway for the stream. If you're watching the replay, there is value, so keep watching to the end because you might have been one of those winners. However, we're going to be doing that at the end of the stream, so you got to keep watching till then.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right, let's dive into some of the key takeaways. And before we do, I'd love to just hear from the audience who has gone into the summit, and B, some of the speakers that you really found a lot of value learning from. And if you have a key takeaway that you want to share in the comments as well, feel free to share that as well. Always want to hear that.
Absolutely. So some of our first summit speakers that they can see is Renee Teely, Sydney, oh man, I'm sorry if I butchered the last name, obviously Sydney, and Dan Courier, aka Creator Fundamentals, in the chat.
Who's here as well. Yeah. Hey. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, no, this is like a really good kickoff. This is in day one. So that was man, it seemed like a lifetime ago. That was Tuesday. We heard from Renee. We heard from Renee. Anybody that's run a virtual summit, man, you know that's a long week on the back end and trying to make that all happen really smoothly. But these speakers are amazing. Renee talked about growing your personal brand and influence, and really awesome. Renee does this for a lot of different brands herself, but she talks about how YouTube and videos have really grown her personal brand and opened up a lot of doors for getting invitations to speak at different events. I was just at an event in Dallas that she spoke at, and I believe even at VidCon in Anaheim earlier this year, and saw her there, and she spoke there as well, and she ran a panel. But yeah, it was a really good talk. My main, it was just, she really shared how just giving and sharing value has grown her personal brand, using videos and using YouTube specifically.
Absolutely. And Renee, one of the things I love about her is her work ethic. And I think you definitely see that in her presentation. And I think just getting to do this course, which, by the way, it was free to do. So if you guys if you weren't aware, we have links in the description while you're watching this. So it's really, really useful. And again, a lot of this information is free. So what about Sydney? What did he bring to the table there, Rob?
Yeah, Sydney was fantastic. So Sydney talked all about gear, right? So he talked all about, that's his channel. If you go to Sydney's channel, he talks all about the different types of gear that he uses. That's really a lot of what his content is about. He also does a lot of travel videos. He does a lot of, he gets hired by different brands. I believe Mazda, for example, has just hired him recently, and he did a whole road trip thing to Colorado. It's just he's living the dream, and he shared a really awesome talk on the different types of equipment that he uses, and sort of what he recommends for different budgets, which is really key, right? Because I'm assuming that there's a lot of different creators here at all different stages of their channel and their experience that have different budgets. And so Sydney really talked about like the different types of gear. So that's one to definitely check out. And Sydney is definitely up there. Like he is definitely growing his fan base. I think he's almost at 100,000 subscribers.
That's incredible.
And he just launched a storytelling course as well. And he tells you all about that in his talk. So you can go check that out.
I just have to say, like, especially when it comes to gear, there's so many different price points. So to have someone who is explaining those different price points and making it easy for you and the audience to know, like, even if you're just starting, there is a choice for you. And I think that's important to remind people of, because you never know really when you get into this, like, what are the costs? And to have that in this like entire overall summit was really cool and great to see. Now, this next person, Dan the Man Courier, Creator Fundamentals in the chat. I actually really enjoyed his presentation. He talked about channelreviews.com. So if you're unaware, that is like a sister side to TubeBuddy almost, where we are doing a little bit different from the same team you know and love. And I really enjoyed his breakdown of the tool. But what did you think there, Rob?
Yeah, it was a really, I mean, I'm new to the tool, to be honest. And so, yeah, it was really cool to see him go through it and how powerful that tool is. So you could probably speak more on what channelreviews.com does, Andrew, but I thought that it was great. I think it's great for anybody that is trying to build on YouTube to really identify some of the opportunities. Like Dan makes it look so easy. And it's something that you can kind of do almost on like a regular basis, right? Just to kind of like take a pulse on your channel, different opportunities that you're missing out on and different things like that to grow your channel. So yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Agreed. And if you want to learn more about channel reviews, we're going to do a little bit of questions towards the end of this. So stay around. We will answer that. However, let's meet some more speakers. And unfortunately, we have to start with someone, I don't know this guy, Andrew something. In all seriousness, I actually got to give a very fun presentation. It was really cool to be a part of this. It's one of the things I love doing, these kind of virtual summits. I actually see from William Hunter in the chat, he said, Andrew's video on Keyword Explorer, using it to position your videos and coming up with relevant topics was really eye-opening for me. So I think he did a great job kind of explaining what that was about, but essentially it was how to get more views on YouTube through YouTube search, because YouTube is that search engine. And while there are so many great TubeBuddy features, I really kind of focused on our Keyword Explorer and our Search Explorer so our users could really understand how to do better on YouTube. And of course, Rob, I won't make you have to explain how you had to trudge through. No, I'm joking.
No, you know, that was such a good talk. Such a good talk. Anytime I can listen to you guys talk, man, and I learned so much. Yeah, this was a really cool week, really cool day, because there's you, there's also Daniel, and then there's Tim as well, who's just like a powerhouse on YouTube. So
absolutely,
really awesome day.
So you brought up Daniel. So why don't you lead off Daniel's?
Sure. Yeah. Daniel, if you guys are looking to learn something really, really concise in a really quick time, like I think Daniel's talk is under 20 minutes, and it was just like every second was full of value. And so if you guys are already familiar with Daniel, then you'll know that he delivers. Like he's just a genius when it comes to YouTube. So he really talked about really how he uses the data that's already existing in your channel and doubling down on that data. And so that you hear that a lot, but Daniel really went into it, and he shows behind the scenes and post the curtains, and really shows you how he looks at his channel and how he identifies those different opportunities of content that your audience really likes, and he really goes deep into it, and it's really actionable. Like I think that any channel at any stage can really learn from that talk. So it's definitely a good one to check out.
Yeah, and definitely. And one thing I love about Daniel and what he really focuses on is he puts the you, as in your audience, into YouTube. And I think that a lot of people, especially when they start, they forget that there is that audience they need to cultivate. And he really dived deep on that. And I really always appreciate Daniel's thoughts and insights. Now, he's doing this in the presentation slide. You know him if you've been on YouTube for a while. Tim Schmoyer did a great job in his presentation. Rob, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, Tim talked about developing a loyal audience. So if you guys know Tim, he's a family vlogger, but he talks all about, YouTube strategies as well. Great guy. He's also a very big advocate for Thinkific. He's a really big evangelist for us out there in the market, in the YouTube space. Fantastic courses that he puts out there with him and his team. But yeah, Tim is great. Like he really went into how to build a loyal audience, how to create that. He also then shared, he's done a number of talks for us here at Thinkific, and he just shared like the different revenue channels that he has built using his channel. So, if you really want to open your eyes to sort of the different ways that you can monetize your YouTube channel and your audience, that's one to check out.
Absolutely. So again, people are like, wow, so many speakers. Again, this was an amazing summit, and check out those links. It's in the ticker tape as well, some of the things we were offering. So definitely check out everything we have to offer. So next is Desiree Martinez. And if you're unaware, she's actually doing our Women of YouTube podcast currently for TubeBuddy. And beyond that, she's doing a lot. She's also in this summit really talked about how to get views on your video specifically, where I kind of talked about in general on how you can come up with ideas to get views. She targets how to get it on video specific. And I really enjoyed her presentation. But what were your thoughts, Rob?
Yeah, no, it's great. I think it was really good content to just remind people that are creating on YouTube of some of the other channels that you can use to get views to your YouTube videos. So yeah, no, Desiree, she talked about how to repurpose your content and micro content from YouTube, from other channels that pushes back to your YouTube videos. So yeah, definitely a good way so that you're maximizing your content that you're creating and you're spending time on for YouTube. You can maximize that and reach other audiences to drive them back to your videos here.
Absolutely. So when you're optimizing and you're managing your audience, one thing you have to really think about is what are the thoughts you're going in and how will you lead the message you want? And that kind of segues beautifully into what Evan Carmichael talked about in his presentation. Now, Evan, if you don't know, he's been he's a major player in the space, over 2 million subscribers, and he really has a strong message, which is believe. And if you've never watched Evan, Rob, how would you describe Evan, not only just as a person, but how he presented in this overall summit?
Yeah, his presentation is really unique because he actually did a live coaching session, I think with 4 or 5 TubeBuddy users. And he looked at their channels, what the opportunities are. He asked them questions. It's very interactive. So it's really cool to be sort of like a fly in the wall of sort of like those inside conversations with Evan. Evan is a very much like, if you meet Evan, we've seen him at different conferences. He speaks all over the place. So when you meet him, he's just a straight shooter, right? He just tells you really what works, what doesn't. He gives you really like honest feedback about your content, your channel. So there was nothing less than that in his session. So it's really good. It's really good.
Absolutely. Now, I've done a lot on who the speakers are. Why don't you introduce our third speaker on here?
Sure. Yeah. So the third speaker on here is Jevin Dovey. So Jevin is based in Los Angeles. He's a travel vlogger, and that's kind of turned this into a business with multiple streams of revenue for his channel. So maybe, Andrew, why don't you share sort of what your takeaways were from Jevin's talk?
So a lot of times on YouTube, people focus so much on AdSense, but what I really appreciated about Jevin's talk is how he talked about making multiple income streams. Because if you put all of your eggs in one basket, like right now at the time of this stream, there's some stuff with the FTC and COPA, which we're not going to go too much into there, but it really kind of goes in to show why you need multiple revenue streams so that you can keep sustaining this business you're trying to build online. I really loved what Jevin talked about in just the entire presentation.
Yeah, exactly. And Dan, Creator Fundamentals, said Jevin is a really cool guy as well. He definitely
absolutely
he is definitely a very cool guy. No, that's awesome.
Hardworking too.
Very. I think he's in Thailand right now. Like I think he's on the plane half the year.
Yes, he is. Speaking of someone who is hardworking, Owen Video. If you've ever gone to a Vid Summit or any event, you will see him emceeing most of the time. An amazing voice, great presentation. And the thing is, anytime I watch Owen talk, it's always different, or there's always a new thing he's learned and he's bringing to you. What are some of those things that you've learned watching Owen speak?
Yeah, Owen, Owen over the years, I've probably followed Owen for the last 2 or 3 years, and it's really been cool to kind of see him evolve his own personal brand. He is now very much the go-to person for a lot of the video marketing sort of centric conferences to MC those. So it's really cool to see him go offline into those platforms as well. But Owen is a powerhouse, just another powerhouse out there in the YouTube space. In his talk, he talks about getting sponsors for your course content. So it's a really different way to look at not only monetizing your content and like selling it to your students, but also looking at the sort of the back end of having different brands sponsor your content. So, if you're teaching, let's say yoga, for example, and different yoga postures, and that's your space, then you can have different modules of your course sponsored by different yoga brands or companies selling yoga mats, that sort of thing. So it's a really cool way that he does that. And so he really breaks it down. He has different even resources that he shared that you can use to do the outreach to different brands. So really powerful talk, I would say. It's definitely on my top list there of talks from the summit, just because it was a really different way of looking at monetizing that course content before you even sell it and go out to market with it. So.
And I think having that difference of opinion, especially like how to get sponsors and how to use that not only for YouTube, but also how you can build that online course with it. And that's something that maybe not a lot of people think about. But, our next person, Steve Dotto, he thinks about building online courses a lot. I know you've worked with him. We've worked with him. Steve is one of the smartest people in the industry. And listening to him on how to build online courses really kind of gave me some ideas personally. And anytime that I watch a presentation, I go, wow, I could probably do that myself, I think is a win. So Rob, what do you think? I mean, obviously Thinkific is really big on online courses. So what would you say about Steve's presentation?
Steve's a good friend of Thinkific's as well, and TubeBuddy. He's actually based here in Vancouver, where we are as well. He actually really gives back to the YouTube community quite a fair bit here locally. He's set up a Vancouver YouTube meetup group that meets here at the Thinkific office each month.
That's awesome.
And he just gives back. He just shares things that he's learned at different conferences and just really giving back to some of the newer YouTubers here locally. So he's great. And he's a Thinkific user. He's got fantastic courses. He really goes into just how you can build a course, sort of lightweight course, fairly easily as a YouTuber. So specifically speaking to the YouTube content creator and how they can build online courses. So it wasn't just a general, this is how you build an online course. It was specifically to people that are creating content on YouTube. So good talk.
Absolutely. And speaking about someone who's making content on YouTube, one of the biggest players, and I'm so glad that he's, doing more courses, he's made his own channel and is being really successful, is Matt Geelan, who has been behind the scenes for a while. But it's so good when people who know so much data and so much about the industries does courses like this. And speaking of which, he actually did his course about how you can take some of that data and really use it to help grow your channel. And it's similar to what we teach at TubeBuddy and how you can use that. And it doesn't also, it doesn't not only work for YouTube, it also works on Google too. So a lot of what he talks about, you could also use the same similar principles in your Thinkific courses for Google too. And I'm sure you can speak a little bit more on that.
Yeah, no, it's great. Matt's is really good. Matt's talk was really good. Congratulations to him. I think he just had a baby.
Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations during the last couple of weeks, actually. And he was able to even create this talk for the summit. So I just want to say big thanks to Matt for doing that. But yeah, Matt is, if you guys follow his channel, he's just a beast when it comes to creating content and just really systematic about how he does it and looking at data and things like that. He works with a lot of big brands as well. So it's really exciting to have him. I think everybody needs to catch that talk for sure.
Yes. Now that's all of our speakers, 12 amazing action-packed different speakers, different topics, but different viewpoints that I think either you're doing a course or a YouTube channel, you really need that well-rounded kind of information.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if you haven't yet taken advantage of catching these talks are totally free. Like Andrew was saying, you can register for free in the description, the link in the description. And so just go head over there. We're going to be talking about some bonuses, and we're going to be drawing some names, some winners for our contest that we've been running throughout the summit in just a couple minutes. But I just want to make sure that you guys know that the talks will be available for free up until Monday. And then they'll only be available as a resource for TubeBuddy's paid users from Monday onwards. So go ahead and register for that if you haven't already. Share with any other YouTubers and content creators that you know of. I think it's going to be it's a really good resource for everybody. So do you want to hop into some of the bonuses we're giving away, Andrew, before we then draw some names for the prizes?
So the exclusive bonus number 1 from Thinkific.
Awesome. Okay, so first is really this whole summit was meant not to only help you grow your channels, but really give you some different ideas on how to build revenue streams from your channels. One of those being, of course, digital products, right? Online courses, training programs, membership sites. One example, Jevin Dovey, for example, has a fantastic membership site for his audience. We can share that in the comments later if you want to check out Jevin's course. It's built on Thinkific. So one of the bonuses we're giving away is 30 days for free on the Thinkific Pro plan. Okay, so that's going to give you access to a lot of the features that you would need to build that first course. If you want to go into the next slide there.
Absolutely. Bonus number 2.
Awesome. We're also going to give you the blueprint. So we don't want to just give you the tools. We want to also give you the resources to start creating that first course. A lot of the speakers will share their experience with building their first course. It's not going to be perfect. It's much like starting a YouTube channel. That first handful of videos is not going to be perfect. It's going to be a little bit, might be not the best, but it's going to put you out there on the market. It's going to service your audience, and you're going to get feedback that you can then iterate from once you understand better what your audience wants to learn from you. But we're going to be sharing a blueprint bundle that's going to have a number of different premium training courses that you can take advantage of, how to price your course, fast track to building your first course, all those things that you would need. The last part of this bonus for us from Thinkific is a VIP onboarding service. So we also not want to give you the tool, we want to give you the resources, but then we also want to be there for you as a team to help you answer any questions that you have specifically about you building that first course. So you'll actually get one-on-one calls like Google Hangout or Zoom calls with our team to onboard you, to answer any specific questions you have. If you have courses on another platform, we'll also help you migrate your students and your content over to your Thinkific site as well. So we'll take care of all that for you. So that is all available. And then Andrew, you can talk about what you guys are also giving away from TubeBuddy.
Of course. So from us, we're giving free users 50% off any new monthly license. And don't worry, paid users, we have something special in store for you, but you're going to have to check back on Black Friday. So you guys are getting something, don't worry, but you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer, but I promise you the wait is going to be worth it. So if you want to see a visual of kind of the pricing there, I'm going to have it on screen now so you can get an idea of what we're offering. So again, this is a great deal. It expires November 26, 2019 if you're watching this now or the replay. And I'm just really excited to get more people on the paid version of TubeBuddy.
Awesome. So maybe just maybe scroll back up there, Andrew, just so people can get the link. Because there's 2 different links here that you need to redeem. One is the TubeBuddy.com/Black Friday.
Got it.
TubeBuddy bonuses. We'll put this all in the comments later. And then
it's in the ticker tape.
And the ticker tape. There we go. And then if you just scroll down to the
We're
one
on bonus number 1.
Yeah, we can go next. Just past the TubeBuddy ones. One more. Yeah, perfect. And then for Thinkific, we made the link really easy. So thnk.cc/TubeBuddy, and you'll get all of the bonuses that I just talked about. So it's got a value of almost $1,000, but you're going to get that all for free today. So yeah, just go to thnk.cc/TubeBuddy, and you'll be all set. All right, awesome. If you have any questions about these bonuses, feel free to ask them. We're going to be hanging out, me and Andrew here for the next little bit. So feel free to ask your questions. And then let's draw the prize winners. Okay, hold on. Give me a second.
Ooh, all right. Now, while Rob is working on that, I'm seeing some questions here. Yes, if you have a pro or higher level of TubeBuddy, you will have access to the summit we just did past the free period when it's over. So do not worry, you will be getting access to it. I also see a lot of people saying amazing things about both TubeBuddy and Thinkific, and we do genuinely and greatly appreciate your support.
Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to draw two winners. Andrew, do you want to pull up the slide and then just show people what the, oh, there you go. Perfect. What the prizes are going to be. So Andrew, you want to go first?
So one, I guess they're kind of a grand prize winner, will get everything that you see on this page. So they're going to get lifetime access to both TubeBuddy and Thinkific, so the TubeBuddy Legend and the Thinkific Pro, as well as some TubeBuddy and Thinkific swag. And it's just an amazing amount of stuff. You get one-on-one coaching with both Desiree and Daniel Batal. There's so much for that grand prize winner. But if you are the second winner, you basically get everything on the left-hand side here that my mouse is hovering over. So that's pretty much it, right, Rob?
That's it. So give me a second here. We actually had almost 8,000 entries.
Wow.
For the summit. So a lot of awesome entries. And so I'm going to draw the winners here. Okay, limited entry date. Okay. All right, so it's going to draw.
But while he's doing that, we're all winners here because we all learn together, right?
Exactly. We've got, okay, so I don't know if I can share this somehow.
If you can share the link to me, I can put it on screen.
Okay, sounds good.
So while we are pulling that up, technical fun with a live stream, folks. Don't worry.
Yep. It's so fun to just watch us and wait. No, it's 1 second. It's loading. But let me see if the winners actually show here. I think it does on the Gleam.
All right.
I'm going to find your chat.
All right.
There you go.
So it's loading now. Don't worry, folks. I am now going to show that.
Oh, it doesn't quite show it yet.
I
can tell you who it is, and then I'll take a screenshot for everybody.
Sounds good to me.
That's better. Okay, so we've got the winners. 1 second. So we've got the winner is Asad Malik.
Ooh.
And then we also from Lahore. And then we also have Ashley Mark from Ontario, Canada. So congratulations. What we'll do is we'll email all both the winners and just let them know if for whatever reason the winners don't claim the prizes, then we'll do another random draw to make sure that we get this to everyone. So awesome. Congratulations. And so let's see if there's any questions here.
Because it is Q&A time. What a perfect segue there. So if you have questions, be it on Thinkific, be it on TubeBuddy, within our power, and if we know the answer, we will give you some really good information.
Awesome. Okay. So we got a lot of congratulations. That's great.
Yes. And also thank you so much, Rob, for not only helping us with the summit, but just being here on this live stream. And thank you everyone watching. Yeah,
no, thank you. Thank you. It's been really good to watch. I mean, working with TubeBuddy has been fantastic. We use TubeBuddy here internally as well with our channel. So yeah, it's been awesome to really work with this whole community. I think there's definitely a lot to go, there's definitely a lot of crossovers between TubeBuddy and Thinkific users can definitely use TubeBuddy to grow their channel and vice versa. TubeBuddy users can definitely use Thinkific to grow their business and their revenue. So yeah, it's been really fun. If anybody has any questions about anything that we had discussed today, let us know. For the Thinkific users that are sitting in the audience, Andrew, what's the best way to connect with the folks at TubeBuddy?
So some of the best ways to connect with us at TubeBuddy is on this YouTube channel you're watching now. We put up all of our major updates to most of the tools and some of the things on our either community tab. We have our community forums where our developers and our community team are super active, as well as all of our social media, which is through the TubeBuddy drop-down menu once you have it installed. And we have a way you can reach out. It's really easy, and we love hearing your feedback.
Awesome. Because you guys have a really good community as well, right? On your website?
Yes, we have over almost 19,000 strong active community members, as well as millions of happy and satisfied TubeBuddy users. And we love hearing from them. But for the TubeBuddy audience, what if they want to get and learn more about Thinkific, right? How can they contact and reach out to all of you?
Yeah. Good question. Thanks for bouncing that back. So the best place is just to go to thinkific.com. You can learn more about what Thinkific does. You can actually create a free Thinkific account that literally you can build up to 3 courses on. You can even connect your Stripe and PayPal, your payment gateways, and you can actually charge for your courses on the free plan. So literally costs you nothing to get started to launch your course. We've got a lot of resources on our website, on our training portal. Also, we've got a course on how to build a course, of course. Of course. So, so we've got a course. Yeah, of course. So we've got that as well. And then as far as the community, we'd love for you to connect with our community as well. We've got about, I think, 16,000 members inside of our private Facebook group. If you just search Thinkific Studio on Facebook, then you'll find our community there. They talk about online courses all the time. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think Christine asking, is there a community for Thinkific? Yeah, so yeah, just hop onto Facebook and search Thinkific Studio.
And we will be linking that Facebook page in the description of this to make it super easy for you, Rob.
Fantastic. But yeah, that's it. That's the best way to connect with us. Okay, see if there's any questions here.
So I see a question from Nakun who's asking, why is TubeBuddy not working for Safari? We would love to be working with Safari right now. However, there's just a little bit of complications between YouTube and Apple at the moment. But once that's all ironed out, we plan to be right back there and working on it. But again, it's a little out of our hands. But once it's back in it, we'll definitely be there.
Cool. Mona says, thanks for the summit. I'm still working on my stuff. So very interesting.
Ooh, I kind of like this one from, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, DeCarrie Carter, who says, if you are new to TubeBuddy, what are some features we should check out in the often missed ultimate higher tier package? Do you mind if I kind of take this one, Rob?
Yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead.
So one of the most used features I have for TubeBuddy that not a lot of people know is called our Launchpad feature, and I'll show you how to get there very easily. So all you would have to do is from the TubeBuddy drop-down menu, under Website Tools, so you guys should be able to see this, you click on Launchpad. Now, this does require a star or higher license. So that is one of the things I definitely recommend that not a lot of people know. A lot of people know our A/B testing, but they may not know this. So you go here and it'll bring you to our Launchpad dashboard. And what this will do is it gives you a second look. It's TubeBuddy going through and triple checking that everything you have is doing well. So if we want, all you'd have to do is how to select a video. So I'll type in, how to grow on YouTube, which was our recent one we did in 2020. And it'll show you kind of a back end check of your channel. So you can use the upload checklist we have. It runs the best practice audit, and it gives you and tries to find you growth opportunities. So if you're not aware, this is us at TubeBuddy going through the back end, helping you see some opportunities you may have missed. So this is one of my favorite features. It doesn't get a lot of talk. I don't talk about it a lot because it is a little more complex. But when you see it in action, you see it working, and you can have it set up to where it does this at the legend level in the background, always double checking your videos for growth opportunities. It's invaluable.
Nice.
So
that's awesome. Good place to start for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, a lot of like really active chat going on here. I'm just trying to sift through to make sure that there's no questions we leave out. Just an endless scroll here.
But that's
yeah,
a good
really
problem.
Awesome. Carl Rose, good to have you here. Thinkific user, awesome. Very good.
while you're looking through that, the Launchpad is finally fully loaded. So as you guys can see, here's what the best practices looks like. Luckily for us at TubeBuddy, I tend to always make sure we're following our best practices. But what I find the most interesting, and I'll zoom in on this just slightly for you guys at home, is the found opportunities, right? Because this can let us know, like, hey, this video's watch view percentage is higher than our video average, which is about 18%. And the reason that's so low is because we do live streams, and unfortunately, that kind of can hurt your average view percentage. But this video actually has higher than average for our channel. So we're able to identify that for you, which means your audience watched a larger percentage of this video. This topic seems to be a good fit. So when you know that your audience is watching a lot of your content, it makes it easy for things of that nature. So yeah, once you're done, you can mark as complete.
Yeah, that's a really good point too with live streams. We were just talking about that, right, Andrew, right before we went live?
Yes.
You know, what to do with a live video after the live stream is done. It's always like the $1 million question, right?
Pretty much. And live streams are very helpful, and I always say you should do them because one second, Rob, I think you need to take over for me.
Sure, no problem, no problem. Andrew has a quick little visitor. He's having some stuff done at his property, I think. So, but yeah, yeah. So we were just talking about live streaming, and so it's really interesting how different people approach live stream content, what they do with the live stream afterwards. For example, this live stream, it really depends on the content of the live stream. So this live stream is very specific with the dates. You know, there's different you know, bonuses and things like that are available in this live that is expires at a specific date. So most likely this live stream will actually not be available to the public after, you know, the Black Friday week is done. So yeah, if you want to share this video, then you're more than welcome to. Just know that it'll probably disappear in the next week or so. So yeah, so that's just a really interesting, you know, it really is interesting how different people use live stream. For us, we have to yeah, so so Andrew's moving around, but for a lot of the content that we create, where we interview different you know, experts and content creators and course creators, we typically try to do the interview almost like an evergreen format, where we do acknowledge the audience, the live stream audience, but we do Q&A, for example, at the very end, so that the person watching the replay feels like they're not out of place. They're not like sort of a, you know, they're walking into a conversation and they feel left out. So yeah, always really interesting how different people approach different live streams. So yeah, that's just how we approach it. Would love to hear what other people are doing. So yeah. Shelly saves the day, says, Rob, you're doing awesome. That's good. Thank you so much. I am just buying Andrew some time to get back, but I'm just going to go through here to make sure that there's no questions. Christine says, how do you get traffic to Thinkific? Like, if I create a course, is it up to me to drive all the traffic, or does platform help people find the course? It's actually a really good question, Christine. I'm glad you asked that. So Thinkific is built for entrepreneurs and really with the purpose to be white labeled. So yeah, so as the course creator, as the content creator, it's your responsibility to market your course, you know, whether it's through social media or YouTube or whatever that marketing channel is that you choose. We don't have a marketplace. We're not like Udemy or those kinds of marketplace websites for courses and digital products. So we are built to really be white labeled. So that's why we work really well with solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, you know, content creators on YouTube, because they already have an existing brand, they already have an existing audience, and so we're just filling a need that they have to service that audience with training products and, you know, digital programs and things like that. So very good question. Although we don't have a marketplace, we do try to educate our course creators and our users on how to market their courses. So, you know, if you go to our website, training.thinkific.com, or just thinkific.com, and you look for our training portal, our blog, or our resources, our YouTube channel, we create a ton of content around how to market your course. So that is, that's how we work. So hopefully that answers your question there. Renee says, I went to a workshop by Thinkific. Yes, I remember that, Renee, in Dallas. Yeah, that's really awesome hanging out with you there. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Just scrolling to see if there's any other questions. Christine says, I hope he comes back with a new vacuum. Oh man, that's so funny. All right, let's see here. And again, if you guys have any questions around the bonuses, I think Andrew will be sharing those links in the comments here pretty soon. So we'll make sure that that's there. Okay, so George Pakarar, sorry, I'm not saying your last name right. So you're all wondering if there's any kind of vetting for course creators on Thinkific. No, really the content is owned by the course creator. So Thinkific doesn't own any of that content. That is all owned by the course creator. So we don't do any vetting or anything like that. The content is not ours. It is always the course creators' content. We are merely just a platform where you host that content. So yeah, that's what it. Even if you go to our terms of use and things like that, we don't own the content. It doesn't become our property. It's always the course creator's property. So that is it. So Joe Ward asks, can you remind us what is in the giveaway for Thinkific, please? So yeah, so you can just go to thnk.cc/TubeBuddy. Again, we'll put the link in the comments. Yeah, Joe, it's going to be 30 days, so 1 month on the Pro plan. You're going to be getting a bunch of premium training courses as well that we have created. So the online education business masterclass. I think I see here, Andrew. Also, how to price your course that our CEO created. So the big question initially when people build their courses is, how do I price my course? How much should it be? And so that is a really big question for a lot of course creators when they're starting. So we've created a course on how to price your online courses. We then have an onboarding call with one of our launch specialists. So you'll actually have a one-on-one call on Zoom or Google Hangout or Skype with one of our team members, and we'll answer any specific questions you have. And then also a launch preparedness review. So we'll actually hop on another call with you a couple weeks or a few weeks later, whenever you want to schedule it, to go over your course to make sure that nothing is missed, that your payment gateway is all connected, that your CRM is all connected. If you have any last minute questions before you publish your courses, we'll be there for you. So we'll hop on another call there. And then also for the people, for the folks that are already using a different platform that want to switch over to Thinkific, we also have a concierge migration service. So we'll help you actually migrate your courses over. So yeah,
That's amazing.
Looks like Andrew, we got you back.
Yes. So believe it or not, there was this amazing Thinkific salesman at the door who gave me this really nice new jacket from earlier. But don't worry, folks. We also have some very nice TubeBuddy jackets here too. Now, you never know what'll happen live is what I said. I had an opportunity to show Thinkific a little bit of a love, and they've been, Rob, you really handled it well. I'm so sorry about that. However, we are back. You really, Rob, you should stream more often if you aren't already.
No more. It's funny you're wearing that. Look what I'm wearing right here. Wearing I got a little gift from another salesman on the door as well. Gave me this cool shirt.
Cross-platform promotion is awesome. But
so funny.
It goes to show we really do support each other, not just in these streams or in the summits we do, but we see you a lot at the events, and it's really cool.
Yeah. No, we love seeing you guys. You guys are always so busy though at these events. So if anybody is seeing TubeBuddy at events, you have to schedule to talk to them. That's how it works. But you guys are always so busy, doing audits and stuff like that. So it's it's always awesome to see you guys. It's great. Yeah. I'm going through. There's so many comments, and I don't want to log off without answering anything that's important. And I'm sure you're used to this, Andrew, but handling all this volume of comments. So Matt says, "Where's the friend disclosure?"
What? What are you talking about?
Exactly. Okay. Do you suggest okay, Lily Tree says deal suggests a payment will be taken now, month free. Am I missing something? No, it should be totally free. The payment should not be taken. It's 1 month free. So I think you might have to enter a credit card, but it won't be charged until 1 month from now. If you continue to stay on with the pro plan, you can always downgrade to the free plan anytime. But yeah, that should be, if that's a problem, you can just send us an email, support@thinkific.com. We'll make sure that is straightened out for you for sure.
And just to clarify, that's for Thinkific, not for TubeBuddy. Could get a little bit of confusion there, so just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I see a question from William Hunter who said, can Andrew outline how the TubeBuddy video checklist works and how you might be able to customize it? Absolutely. So
sure.
Going back to our handy dandy desktop screen, if you guys can see, if you look at the upload checklist, essentially what it does is it helps remind you when you're uploading, hence the name upload checklist, things you need to remember, right? Like, so this one says write a compelling title. This is your video's headline. If it showed up in a search, would you click on it? So it basically reminds you things that you can do to not only keep your videos fresh and make sure you're doing all the best practices that YouTube recommends, but it's also good for just making sure you are doing things you remind yourself. I know one thing I forget a lot is to pin a comment. So in my upload checklist, because you talked about customizing it, I have a reminder for myself, hey, don't forget to pin a comment, because those features are newer, right? So it's like remembering all these new things. And so it's just making sure you have a list that is a to-do list essentially when you're uploading, and it marks everything you need.
Yeah, I love this checklist. I use it all the time when we upload videos to our YouTube channel, and it's just a really easy way to make sure you are not missing any opportunities with that video. Yeah, and I love the other thing that I really like with TubeBuddy is the thumbnail A/B test tool. So I don't know if you want to speak on that, Andrew, but such an awesome tool.
So yeah, I think I actually can show some of the A/B tests we're running now. Let me just make sure no sensitive information is shown, because don't want to accidentally give out something. So 1 second, and we should be fine. Yes.
It's the cost of going viral, right?
Yes, exactly. You never know, but we also want to play by YouTube's rule and not show sensitive information. So here's what the A/B testing looks like. So as you guys can see, we have a lot that are complete, but what an A/B test does, if you are unaware, is you upload to TubeBuddy on the back end a different thumbnail, right? So here is our original thumbnail, and here is a variation thumbnail. And what TubeBuddy will do is it will be using these two thumbnails against themselves and letting you know through time with data which one performed better. So we give you the option until statistical significance, which basically lets you know that this thumbnail, the variation, has over time performed much better than the original thumbnail. So knowing that a new thumbnail can get you more clicks and viewers is super important, because if your thumbnail is bad and you have an amazing video, then people may not see the video because they're not clicking through.
Nice. Can you just explain how that actually works then? So like how often will it change? Is it for every viewer, like alternatively, or is it every 24 hours? Like, so how does that work? Yeah.
We do it every 24 hours for you in the background. And this then collects the data throughout that day, so you have it to compare to the previous day. And as you have more days of data, you have a better idea of which one's connecting, right? So right now, we know that our variation has a higher click-through rate. It gets slightly more impressions. It gets a little bit more of everything. But the thing that we're focusing on is we want overall this one to be much better. Now, we have been testing this for a while. This is, funnily enough, talking about best practices in the upload checklist. This is actually the thumbnail test for that. So this is just an example. But I want to show an example of one where it was like clearly the one did better than the other. So we, if you can't tell, we are always A/B testing on TubeBuddy, which is, I mean, we practice what we preach. And so one of the things, this is one of my favorite A/B tests. It's a little older, but it really kind of opened our eyes, is that sometimes you may think like this was the first instance we did our new design, where what we found on average is when our users could identify someone in the thumbnail, they tend to click more than without. And we started A/B testing when we didn't have a person in the thumbnail. What we found for us as we got larger was people were less likely to click if there wasn't something they could easily recognize in the thumbnail. And you can kind of see how that design principle shows now. So we have a little bit more of the tools present. We have me in the thumbnail, and we just really are practicing always getting better with the data we've collected over time. And when you're doing A/B tests, the more tests you do, the more you're going to start to kind of hone in the thumbnail that works best for your channel. And that's the key thing. Every YouTuber has a select audience that's different from other people's, so how they react to a thumbnail is way more important than other people's opinion. Your audience opinion on your thumbnail is shown through your click-through rate on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so good, so good. So if you're not using that tool, like honestly, like I've been to a couple YouTube centric conferences and heard some of the top, YouTubers speak, Daryl Eves and all those guys, who's also a very good friend of TubeBuddies. And really they're all pointing to thumbnails. I mean, there's a lot of other factors too, like, meta tags and stuff, but really the overall, I mean, this is probably different for everybody. And maybe Andrew, interested to hear your thoughts on it, but thumbnails is really like one of the key things that drives clicks, right? That's the first thing people see. That's how they come across your content. So A/B testing different ones. We've done A/B. We use this tool particularly for on TubeBuddy's platform as well for our channel, and we've been surprised a lot of times, with what gets more clicks. But
yes,
we wouldn't have been able to do those things and understand that data without this particular feature. So this is just one feature out of many that TubeBuddy has. Yeah.
So speaking on this of A/B testing, Christopher Chaos says, would you recommend A/B testing older videos to try to draw new viewers to old videos, or just use it for new uploads? You can definitely use it for older videos, but here's the thing to keep in mind, that if you're A/B testing an older video, it may have already had its shelf life within YouTube, so changing it through A/B testing can help it get rejuvenated and help YouTube maybe give it a second chance. So it definitely has a potential. But then when it's given that second chance, it will completely rely on the strength of the video. And if the thumbnail you have now can perform better than the old one. So there are a lot of variables, but it definitely can help older videos find new life. In fact, we found that to be true on the TubeBuddy channel. I've seen it on my own personal channel and on a lot of the channels I help manage. When you revamp older thumbnails, because a lot of times we may rush a thumbnail or we're like, yes, this will be great. And then it's got like a 2%, and the average is 2 to 10%. So you're on the low end of average. So it's like, sometimes what you think versus how the audience respond isn't the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. And Williams Hunters, I guess, asking, is thumbnail testing on the Legend or higher plan? Looks like here TubeBuddy's replied that A/B testing is on the Legend plan.
Yes.
So,
however, if you have a paid license of TubeBuddy, again, as we mentioned in that presentation, and you're here in the stream and you did this summit and seminar, you'll get a really cool thing. Pay attention to our Twitter, our socials, our community on Black Friday.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Doing Hawaii says he just woke up. It's all good. You're in Hawaiian time.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome. You can watch a replay, catch everything. And then I'm going to point you to the description as well. If you haven't registered yet for the summit, you haven't caught the 12 speakers that have really given awesome talks, go check that out. That's going to be available until Monday, I believe, Monday or Tuesday, but it will be available after that to any paid TubeBuddy users. So make sure you catch it, share it, and yeah.
Rob, I've had you here now for a whole hour. That's usually what we do on the TubeBuddy stream. So everyone, if you'd like to learn more information, Rob, how can they reach out to you and Thinkific?
Yeah, so like I said, just go to thinkific.com. We are all there, so you can learn more about what Thinkific does. You can go to our private Facebook group. Just search Thinkific Studio inside of Facebook. If you want to reach me directly, just copy and paste my name. I've got a really long last name. So you can copy and paste my name on LinkedIn or Facebook and Instagram. Happy to connect with anyone That's the best place to catch me. We have Evan Carmichael joining us. Evan, welcome.
Woo! Welcome, Evan, another speaker. We had a lot of the speakers from the summit show up, which just goes to show that the support for both Thinkific and TubeBuddy from these speakers is real, and they're giving you some amazing value. Guys, links to everything we mentioned are in the description down below. Rob, thank you and the entire Thinkific team for your time. Everyone watching, thank you. I'm Andrew Cam from TubeBuddy. He's Rob from Thinkific, and we both hope you have a great day.